Welcome back, everybody. This is Dan's Racing and Simulations. Thanks so much for joining in with me today. And today we're actually not racing. Today we are in a flight sim, as you can tell. This is Aerofly FS2. Now, today was my birthday, so I treated myself with a game of my choice. And I am a casual gamer when it comes to flight sims. I don't take them too seriously, but I do fly around from time to time. And Aerofly is a flight sim that I have been wanting to get my hands on for quite some time. Now, we are in Utah, United States, and we are getting ready to take off here, and we are in the area of Monument Valley, and we're just going to take off and enjoy some of these sights. And as we're doing that, I will kind of give you guys an idea of why I picked this game up, why I was very excited to get it, and why, if you are a current owner of a virtual reality headset, this is a must for you to pick up. So, without further ado here, we're going to go ahead and throttle on up and see if we can't get this little Cessna off of this runway without plowing into that mountain in front of us there. Going to try to get to about 65, 70 knots, nautical miles an hour, and we should be able to get right on up off of this runway here. And we should be good. Alright, and we are up. I'm going to make somewhat of a sharp turn here to avoid that humongous wall of red mountain there. And at the moment, I have control of the plane. I may keep control the whole time, or I may put on the autopilot. Look at the sun flare. That's one of the amazing things that I really enjoy about this title. So as you can see, off to our left out the window there, we've got some very, very cool stuff. This is not a place I've actually traveled to in my life, but I would love to. But what I can tell you right off the bat is that this game does an incredible job at making you feel like you are actually in this environment. So what we'll probably do is I'm going to try not to lose sight of the airport back there. My plan is to land back there at some point, hopefully. I do have a flight plan set up in my GPS, which you can see over there, but I don't think I'm going to take that long of a flight today. I'm going to get to about 8,000 feet probably, maybe 9,000 feet. We'll just do some loops. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to wrap us around to the right so that the sun flare is not in our eyes this entire time. Okay, so as I said, guys, I am what I like to call a casual player when it comes to flight sims. I am not too serious about it. I just like to get into a plane and fly, and that's about it. I'm not really into making sure that I know how to start up every airplane exactly the right way. I just like to get into a plane and fly. And for a long time, most flight sims kind of have a huge learning curve. X-Plane 11, X-Plane 10, Microsoft Flight Simulator, P3D, which I have all of those titles, and I do play them quite a bit. But there's a huge learning curve just to get a plane off of the runway. The reason why I would highly recommend this title, not only because it has amazing virtual reality support, and this is built-in VR support. It is native to this title. This title was designed with VR in mind, so it's got very good performance. You can play X-Plane 11, and I have done a couple of videos with X-Plane 11 on the channel, but you have to use a program called Fly Inside. And while Fly Inside is a very good program and it is free, it's just not as optimized, and it just doesn't work as well as a title that has built-in native VR support. So that's one thing. The VR support is just absolutely epic in this game. But the other thing that's so awesome about it is all the difficult stuff you typically have to deal with in flight sims, you don't have to deal with in this title. You can literally pick a plane, pick where you want to take off, and you just go flying, and that's it. Which is a huge benefit for me, because I don't have a whole lot of time to you know, add add-ons and things like that into the game. So what you're looking at here, guys, this is photorealistic photo imagery, which is not what you get, typically speaking, out of the box with a flight simulator. You normally, typically, like X-Plane 11 comes with something called AutoGen, and it's based on world data, and it automatically populates buildings, trees, structures, and things like that that it is assuming should be in that particular area. However, for me, that really takes me, the fact that it's not realistic, the fact that I mean, it looks realistic, but the fact that if I were to drive over my house where I live, or in my neighborhood, in my town, it doesn't look like the town, and that to me takes away a lot of the immersion. Well, the really awesome thing about this title is it looks exactly like what it should. They use real-world ortho photos, as you can see here, mapped and textured onto real-world elevations. So this is as real as it gets, guys. I mean, you can see out in the distance there with those mountains. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. We are, you know, out in the middle of Utah, United States, and this is what it would look like exactly if you were in a plane in a Cessna flying over Utah. I mean, this is it. This is what you've got. And so for me, the fact that you've got that immersion, you just cannot beat this. And then you couple that, just making sure I keep the airport over there in my view. It's out the window to the left over there. But you couple that with the virtual reality, and I mean, it's just amazing. So if you have a virtual reality headset, I highly recommend that you pick this title up. I've been wanting it for a while, but you know, I don't splurge on things like games and stuff. I kind of keep it simple, but I figured, what the hell, December 15th, which is today, you're probably watching this a day or a few after, that was my birthday, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this title up. I have been wanting it for a long time. Now, this seems like it would be the perfect sim, and it is a very good flight simulator. Now, if you are a hardcore flight simulator person with looking for the perfect flight physics and all that stuff, what I have read is that this title does not have perfect flight physics, but for someone like me, that doesn't matter. I've never flown a plane. I do not know what technically correct flight physics is. All I know is that I can get in these planes, fly them pretty easily, and see some really awesome scenery. And that's really all I care about. So again, if you're like a casual gamer just looking to do some flight sims, this is an excellent package. And the fact that all you have to do is load up the game, turn it on, hop in a plane, take off, and not have to mess with ortho scenery photos or adding airports and all that stuff. It's all here and ready for you. Now, does that mean that you can't add things to this title? No. Because just like any other flight sim, if you want to, you can add stuff to this title. There are plenty of mods available for it, but you don't have to. That's the key, is that you do not have to do that. You can get in and take flight and just have fun right out of the box with the game. Now, one little caveat is that this game is in development, and it will be in development for a long time. At the moment, the whole entire world is not modeled. Now, you can fly, from what I understand, all the way across the world. It would take you real world time, just like you know, if you were flying in a plane. And a nautical mile in this game is identical to a nautical mile in the real world. However, only certain parts of the world are modeled, and they are actively adding to those parts of the world that are modeled. So that's something to keep in mind, because you're going to pay full price for the game, but you know, you don't right now. Your access to fully modeled places is limited. But they do have really awesome places. The northern east coast of the U.S. They've got all of New York mapped. It is just absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have to bleed some speed off here, guys. But pretty much all of the West Coast, Utah, all these states in Central America, Central U.S. America is what I mean. You know, these golden red states is what I like to call them. But yeah, it's just really, really awesome. And you know, if you opt into the title now, you're going to have say-so in, as the development goes on, things that need to change, things that you want added in and stuff like that. And it's just really fun and really exciting. No, guys, I'm not a professional pilot. I'm sure I'm doing this completely wrong, too fast, too slow, whatever. But again, I'm just playing this flight sim because it's fun to me. So we're going to come in for a landing here, probably a rough one. But as I come to a close here, guys, I just wanted to show you this. This is again called Aerofly something. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, so that was horrible. I know that. Again, guys, I am not a professional pilot. Don't claim to be. But I got us on the ground, and we're not dead. So that's what counts. We'll get on the brakes here. So that was just a short little lap out here in Utah, just kind of showing you the sights. I'm going to put the parking brake on. Whoops. I put the parking brake on, and then I was just going to get outside of the plane here and kind of show you some of the scenery from outside of the plane. Just, this is really, really, really epic. Very, very cool game. It doesn't take a whole lot to get it set up. It is just a flight sim for the casual gamer, and so that is what I was looking for. I'm very excited to finally have gotten this game, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I probably will do some more flights. I'll actually do some flights from Airport A to Airport B. They may be some longer length videos, but I'll definitely probably add those in. So yeah, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have a virtual reality headset, you're going to want to pick this title up. And let me back out to the menu here so you can see what the menu system looks like real quick. Let me make sure. Okay, so yeah, what you got is Aerofly FS2. That's the game you're going to be looking for. It is on Steam and it is available right now. But what I want to show you really quick was the map. So I'm going to go to the location tab. So here's what I want to show you. So you can fly anywhere in the world. You know, everything has orthophoto imagery. Okay, it's available for you. The only issue is, like, this part of the world here is where you're going to have the high definition imagery. This is where you're going to find all the airports with the buildings and the little towns and things like this. All of these areas are mapped, and there's 3D buildings and things like that, especially when you get down to Los Angeles and this area. And then also up here, this is very, very populated with 3D buildings, and this is New York City right here, if you do not know that. Very, very cool. I'll probably do a video flying around New York City, and there's a couple other DLCs that I need to download, which will add some additional areas. So basically what they are doing with this title is they are just pushing out this way, pushing out this way. I'm sure at some point in time they will have the US completely filled up, and then they'll branch up and over and so on and so forth. So yes, if you have a virtual reality headset, I highly recommend you to check out this game because it is native virtual reality support. It doesn't take a beastly computer to run this game, and it is a lot of fun. Aerofly FS2 Flight Simulator. Check it out on Steam, guys. If you like this video, please drop a like, and I'll talk to all of you in the next video.